Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. We're here with our brand new Paladin. We've made it down to the beach safely. The game is loading and everything is clean and smooth and I'm super happy about it. I'm going to grab a fish because we are going to need food to eat when we camp to rest. And immediately here on the beach we find Shadowheart. She's not injured so we can't lay on hands or anything, but let's go see if we can help out. There's her shiny trinket. Let's wake her up. We are not a thief. We are a lawful good paladin. Classic.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
Some jittering in her ponytail.
True.
We made it.
Seems like we're the lucky ones, judging by all the corpses strewn about. I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
What happened to the Gith friend?
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us.
Do you have any idea where we are?
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Shall we stay together then?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright then. She seems very amicable today.
Just before we go, I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Alrighty. So, we have gained Shadowheart. Checking her stats. 12 strength, 14 dex, 14 con, 16 wisdom. +2 initiative. Currently wielding a mace, but she has +2 dex and only +1 strength. So we will swap that out for a finesse weapon at our next convenience.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
We do not have a finesse melee weapon to give her, but she can certainly take this short bow. And we are super close to getting up to level 2 together.
Let's move.
As for the general composition of the party going forward, because we are going to get level 5, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, particularly with spellcasting. So I am looking to probably bring along most of the spellcasters, that being Gale, Shadowheart, and Will, I think will be the composition for the party.
Not that it mattered in the end.
Wouldn't wish that fate on anyone.
Shanties of the Mean Queen.
Must be a settlement nearby.
But what I really want to find is perhaps some... what's with this murgrass around? I want to find some thieves' tools in one of these barrels. Good chunk of gold. There's a thieves' tool. And some more cash. And we find a waypoint. So these sigils on the walls allow us to fast travel around the game, except I do not use fast travel because heroes of 1st and 2nd and 3rd level don't typically have free, super powerful teleportation magic. But if we do need to take a long rest, I will reach one of these ancient rune circles before doing so. They are basically a gate for us to get to camp. Right, let's check the last of these dead fishes. Just an extra fish. Right, we do have the group stealth over here, which is lovely. And we can see an intellect devourer here. We saw one of them up on the ship earlier. We roll our attack with advantage because we were an unseen target.
One strike could be lethal.
And they have the surprised condition, which is lovely. Let's get Shadowheart into this fight as well.
Off I go.
Alright, she's in as well.
Survival is all that matters.
We are not really going to close this gap very well, so we will just take another ranged attack. Then to the top of the round with Shadowheart. Let's see, so we have Shield of Faith, Guiding Bolt, Charm Person, Resistance, Sacred Flame, Create and Destroy Water, Guidance, Disguise Self, Blessing of the Trickster, and Healing Word. Let's just go with a Sacred Flame on this very injured one here. Right, 2 points of damage is something, I suppose. Oof. Right, the one off screen is doing its thing. This one up here is dashing towards us, so it's not going to get to take an action whilst it's dashing. Let's move around here. What do we have? Holy Rebuke. Call upon your oath to grant an ally vengeful aura that deals 1d4 radiant damage. That's a full action. Divine Sense. Lay on hands. I think right now we're going to be better off just trying to kill the foes in front of us. Can we do extra damage? Don't think so. Damn. Leaving it on 1 HP is a real pain. Right, Shadowheart on 3 HP is certainly unideal. We don't have any kind of area of effect spell that could injure both of these creatures, unfortunately. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the disengage action here, which is going to allow Shadowheart to back away without being attacked. And then, as a bonus action, we will heal ourselves. Then if these ones want to move away from Leo, we'll probably get at least one opportunity attack against one of them. That is what we wanted. Good. Alright, we take a big hit ourselves. Let's attack the one that has 2, unless we have any other option. Force someone prone, possibly daze them. Non-lethal attack that inflicts weak grip, and ranged stuff. No, that's not what we need right now. Oh my god, it's so bad. Right, well, a bonus action, we will consume a healing potion. Now, rules as written in the Dungeon Master's Guide, taking a potion is a full action, but I play, as many home games do, that consuming a potion for yourself is a bonus action, and giving it to somebody else would be a full action. Good. Glad for that miss. This one's dashing as well. Right, I'm actually going to move around to the healthier one and melee attack it. And we've gained enough XP with that kill to level up to 2nd level, which is lovely.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
Alright, we have the options of short rests, but we also now have this lovely level up button. So let's take Leo up to 2nd level. Paladin level 1 to level 2. Through experience, you acquire new power and you gain the following traits. Our maximum hit points per level has gone up to hit points 20. We get 1 spell slot, and that can use the Divine Smite. Weapon damage plus 2d8 radiant damage. Requires an action and a level 1 spell slot. We also have access to this pool of spells. I think we have to select, which ones to prepare. So, Bless, we are familiar with. Command Command a creature to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon. Lots of choices there with that now. Compel duel. Use a divine command to compel an enemy to attack only you. Could be useful if somebody is injured. Cure wounds, classic, divine favor. Your prayer empowers you with divine radiance. Your weapon attacks deal an additional 1d4 radiant damage for 10 turns. Heroism, bolster yourself or an ally with valor and health. The target can no longer be frightened and gains 5 temporary hit points each turn for 10 turns. That's 5 temporary hit points per turn for 10 turns. Seems crazy. If you give that to like a barbarian that's just going to get hit anyway. Protection from evil and good. Shield of faith. Searing smite. 1d6 fire damage. Your weapon flares with white hot intensity as you attack, marking your target with searing smite. Thunderous smite. 2d6 thunder damage. Your weapon rings with the thunder as you strike, pushing your target 10 feet away and possibly knocking it prone. And Wrathful Smite, 1d6 psychic damage. Your weapon absorbs your wrath as you strike, possibly frightening your target. We also get to pick a fighting style. Adopt a particular fighting style as your speciality. Defense, you gain +1 to armor class while wearing armor. Dueling, while you are wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no weapon in the other hand, you gain a +2 to damage rolls with that weapon, increasing your chance to do heavy damage. Great weapon fighting. When you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack with a two-handed weapon, that die is re-rolled. And protection. Use your reaction. When you have a shield, impose disadvantage on an enemy who attacks one of your allies when you are within 5 feet. You must be able to see the enemy. This is a reaction. Toggle a reaction during your turn. It will automatically execute when needed. I think I'm just going to take the extra AC to not confuse things any more than they currently need to be. And as for spells that we want, obviously we want Wrathful Smite, Thunderous Smite, Searing Smite. Let's take Divine Favor, and we'll try Command. Now, because we are only a half caster, we only start with that one spell slot, but we'll do what we can. Those are done, that's done. We have all of our regular stats. And then Shadowheart will also get to level up.
What am I to do?
So she's now a level 2 cleric, hit points 17. Class features, a level 1 spell slot unlocked, and a channel divinity charge, 1. New, turn undead, present your holy symbol and pray to turn all undead that can see or hear you. And our trickery domain goes to level 2. Subclass feature, invoke duplicity, summon an illusion to distract your enemies. You and your allies receive advantage on attack rolls against a creature if both the attacker and the creature are within 10 feet of the illusion. So to get that to pop out, it's just press Alt, you see the full tooltip. And we can change our prepared spells at this time, which is lovely. Bless, Guiding Bolt, Inflict Wounds, Healing Word, and one more. Go Shield of Faith. Right, so there we are, both level 2.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Got some hit points back, and we can keep moving. I will take your gold.
One day I'll catch a break.
So what we really want to find is a dagger, because Shadowheart can equip a dagger, and she'll be more likely to hit foes with it if she does need to melee attack something. I thought one of these corpses had a dagger. There it is. So if we look at our stats here, our attack bonus is a +3 with this mace, because that is +1 strength and +2 on our proficiency bonus, and that will deal 1d6 +1 damage. Whereas if we swap that out for a dagger here, it's now +4, because that is +2 dexterity, +2 proficiency bonus, and we do 1d4 +2 damage. So our maximum is reduced from 7 to 6, and we are going to, though, be more likely to kill, or at least more likely to hit our opponents when we do attempt to strike them. which is good. I'd rather hit more frequently for slightly less damage than more infrequently for more damage. So, with that done, is there anything else I would like to do? Let's go to Leo here. We can now see our Divine Smite on critical hit reaction. So, when you are a paladin, you can choose when you want to use your Divine Smite. And that means that you can use it after you have attacked and crit an opponent. Which means you can choose, do you want your smites to be used when they're going to do 2d8 damage on a regular attack, or do you want them to do 4d8 damage when you kill something with or when you attack something and it's a critical hit, because you roll double the dice on critical hits. So that is very nice. A rapier is not something that we need right now. Unfortunately, Shadowheart is not proficient with rapiers, so there's no use for her to try and use it, even though she has higher dexterity. I'll take those bits. And let's carry on up around the coast. So somewhere is a reactions menu. Here we go, reactions. I don't know how we got here. This is part of our... Oh, there it is. So, there's your character sheet. There's your spell book. And here are our reactions. So, response. Respond to events and triggers, even when it is not your turn. Divine Smite. I would like you to ask me if I want to Divine Smite. And Divine Smite on critical hits. I'd like you to ask me about that as well. There is no thing here for attacks of opportunity, which is strange because you'd expect to be able to... I guess maybe it's going to prompt us if we want to attack of opportunity each time, perhaps. But of course, what I don't want is for my enemies to be able to do a induce an attack of opportunity, which then leaves me without my reaction when I didn't get a say about it. Although, that said, with
Let's see what my touch can
smites, we're using those on our turn, so we should always have our reaction available. So Shadowheart has the higher dexterity modifier, so we're going to use her to try and pick this lock. And inside, we find some gold and a leather helmet that gives +1 to dexterity saving throws. Currently, we are without a helmet, so we'll put that on. I'm going to hide it in my portrait, but we will take +1 to our dexterity saving throws, since especially our dexterity saving throws are not very good. Because we put all of our stats into strength, we did not put any stats into dexterity, and so we are strong, but we're not very good at getting out of the way of things like a fireball, that kind of thing. That was bizarre.
Deep grooves in the mud around that rock.
I could see the ornate chest through the rock before we got here. Let's give these to Shadowheart so that she has some. The Harper's Map. The stained, ragged map has passed through countless hands. A little harp marks an area called Moonrise Towers, with a small inky crescent sketched in the nearby forest. Below the crescent is a more recent scrawl. Ash. Right, we'll grab that. The Harper's Notebook. A tattered collection of reports held together with a moon and harp seal. There is a frequent mention of a sacrilegious activity among a local Selenite sect. And then some precious stones, especially this ruby worth 1,600 gold. Very grateful to have that to fund our adventures. So, let's hop up here. It's going to be nice. I very rarely play high strength characters because I missed the barbarian patch because it did not work on my machine very well. And I don't really play fighters very often. But to have a high strength character means we're going to have a really good jump distance for once in our lives. Now, Divine Sense. Find celestials, fiends, and undead. Let's give this a shot. How is this going to play out? Oh, it's only going for 2 turns.
Speak up. Hurry. I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
How do you know about that? Alright, I will defend you, good sir. But no funny business. I won't stand for it.
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
One more step and I'll make you eat that knife.
You can try. But first you'll tell me what you know. I saw you on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle...
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light. The fear.
What was that? What's going on?
I have no idea.
It's those tentacled monsters. Whatever they did, whatever they put in us, just created a connection. They took you too. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
You better have more to offer than apologies.
I'm out of wine and flowers, so I hope an introduction will suffice. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I'm just gonna nod.
The strong and silent type. All right. Please tell me you at least know something about these worms.
I know as much as you do, dude.
I suppose it's not exactly common knowledge. These worms are already affecting me. I can feel it. Now, what to do about it?
I need to get moving, but you can shelter at my camp.
I was ready to go this alone, but maybe sticking with the herd isn't a bad idea. Safety in numbers, after all. And I hate to turn down an invitation. All right. Maybe I'll see you there. Good luck.
Right, so Astarion is off, not joining the party today. I'm just going to adjust a setting real quick. Alright, let's keep on moving. Perhaps today we can go and find ourselves a Gale to join the party. Oh, that's interesting. There are no fishermen here. Time's gone by. There was a crowd of fishermen under the control of this mind flayer. Well, having found it, I'm not going to give it the time of day. Get dead.
Death is too good for it.
Alright, well that gets us through there very quickly. Right, where are we? Coming up this way, some dead goblins.
Dead goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
I'll take what I can off their corpses. If nothing else, stuff for trade and sale. Particularly because we are very strong, our carry weight is very high. So 16 gives us a carry weight of 320. Shadowheart at 12 has a carry weight of 240. So we have a lot more capacity for hauling around stuff, which we can then sell, trade, all the rest of it. There's another ancient rune circle. We saw one of those down below. If we approach...
You're alive. That's unexpected. Last I saw you, you were lying in a crucible's worth of blood. An intellect devourer nibbling at your ear. Glad to see my eyes deceive me. I'm Gale. Well met.
Where did you appear from?
See that rune? Netherreese, I think. Weave so thick on it it's almost viscous. I had a taste, and just like that, swept from one room to the next. Not to mention, you're staring at me like a Rashimi at a blackboard. You're no wizard, are you?
No, I am no wizard.
Pity. But that'll have to wait. The primary need now is a healer. I take it you recall the insertion of the parasite?
Yes, it was horrific.
Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it'll turn us into mind flayers? A process known as seromorphosis? It is to be avoided. I assume you're no accomplished healer either. Powerful cleric, maybe?
Paladin. I can tend to basic wounds and ailments, but I can't remove alien parasites.
I gathered as much. We'll have to look for a solution elsewhere. You and I are in a whole lot of trouble. We need help, and I'm not sure where we'll find it in this wilderness. How about we embark on the quest for a healer together?
That sounds great.
Most excellent. Then, without further ado, let's be off. Besides, looks like you keep some interesting company. A woman with shadows for eyes, deep as the dark lake. Pleasure, madam.
His eyes get creepier.
Is it indeed? We'll see.
Right. We meet Gale of Waterdeep.
We're a long way from Waterdeep.
So, if we just level him up to level 2, because he gets the same experience the rest of us have had. Goes up to 14 hit points. We can see Strength 9, Dexterity 14, Constitution 15, Intelligence 16, Wisdom 11, Charisma 13. We get another spell slot at level 2, and then we have to pick our subclass, Evocation or Abjuration. In this case, I'm going to pick Evocation because we then get Sculpt spells, create pockets of safety within your Evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throws and take no damage from these spells. So, later on, if we're casting a spell like Thunderwave or an even bigger Fireball, if our allies are within that Fireball, we won't take damage, but our enemies will. Whereas if we were an Abjuration Wizard, then we would get an Abjuration Savant, halves the... Oh, sorry, Arcane Ward. Once per day, you cast things, you get bonus temporary HP for things. But if an Abjuration Wizard casts Fireball, then any allies that are caught up in that Fireball will still have to make the save and still take damage. So we're going to go Evocation. Now, here we get to pick 2 spells to learn into our spellbook. So, I think I would like a Magic Missile. I've become quite fond of that of late. And do we have anything new? Burning Hands, Charm Person, Chromatic Orb, Colour Spray, Disguise Self, Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Featherfall, Find Familiar, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Jump, Long Strider, Protection from Good and Evil, and Ray of Sickness. Unless there's anything here new, but there is not. So we currently know Witch Bolt, Fog Cloud, Grease, Sleep, Thunderwave, Mage Armor, Featherfall, and Ray of Sickness. But Featherfall and Ray of Sickness were the ones that we had chosen here. So I would like a Magic Missile. And should we take Find Familiar? I never really use it, even though I probably should use it more than I do. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Inflict a creature with fits of laughter. Wisdom saving throw. Disguise Self will be great for later, but Shadowheart already has Disguise Self, so that's less needed. Alright, let's take Find Familiar then. And then we can choose what we want to have prepared for the day. So I would like Thunderwave, Magic Missile, Mage Armor. Let's take Sleep and Witch Bolt for now. Right, that's all of our choices for then.
I venture forth.
So he has 3 first level spell slots, as does Shadowheart currently, whereas Leo, a half caster, only has the 2.
What's next?
No one back home will ever believe this.
Right, shall
Waste a
we
step.
come up here? Nope, not the nets. We come across this pathway here. We can find
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
Argith Yankee
Thing's
friend.
dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
You again. Get rid of them.
Rather demanding for a woman in your position. Why should I? Persuasion. Shoot down the trap. You must kill it before it harms someone. Paladin. Deception. Your quarry looks dangerous, but I've handled worse. Leave it to me. Go get to safety. Attack the tieflings or leave. Alright, let's see if we can convince them to go away then. So, DC 10, we have +3 to our charisma, because we are quite a charismatic paladin. Charisma being our spellcasting skill. Now, Shadowheart can cast guidance when in conversations with us. Gives you a plus 1d4 bonus to your ability checks. Now, I personally decide not to use this skill when in conversation with others, because if you and I were having a conversation and you knew about the existence of magic, and say I was trying to convince you to sell me something at a discount, and I was being very charming, and then my friend goes, I cast a magic spell to make you more persuasive. That's not going to go down too well with the person you're conversing with. So for stuff like this, I do not use guidance. So let's see how our dice roll goes. Not well. Not well at all.
Demaze, let's
No, I'm not leaving this fiend with a stranger.
kill them.
Alright then, let's attack the tieflings.
Dimessa, watch out!
Right. How should we begin? Let's go and take a stab with our new dagger. It's not gone well. Right. So we have our spells, but we also have our cantrips. We have Firebolt. Can I see our full spell book? So cantrips, we have Ray of Frost, Firebolt, and Mage Hand. So let's go with a Firebolt here. It's gone really badly.
Another fight. Let's go.
Alright then, let's play smart instead, shall we? God damn it. We did 1 damage to this thing.
On the move.
Shadowheart, you're slightly better with a short bow, aren't you? We did 2 damage to it. It's not going great. Gale. Can we attack that with 1 magic missile? And let's attack here for 2 more. Alright, Lozelle is now in the fight.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Let's now do what we do a bit better, shall we?
You picked the wrong fucking fight.
Or not. The dice rolls, they love me. This is going terribly. Alright, you've actually been hurt quite badly. Jeez. Can't hit anything. We hit, but we do 1 damage on 1d10. Man, what are these dice rolls? We rolled a 7 plus 2 plus 3 for 12. Right, if I could get one of the two of you, please, to be dead. No, I don't want to use my big attack on someone with 7 HP. 5 damage. That's good. Keep going after Lae'zel. Right, Nymessa here has 2 HP left. So, 1 magic missile dart there. 2 over here.
Time to push my luck again.
Do I want to Divine Smite? No, not yet. You'd think this would go better now that it's 4 against 1. They make the save, because of course they do. At least they're attacking Lae'zel. That makes this a bit easier for us. Oh my god.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
A spasm grips your chest. Your strength falters. An emptiness grows within you, Paladin.
I never agreed to help the tieflings.
You have broken your oath, Paladin. At the close of day, I will be waiting for you. We have much to discuss.
I was trying to avoid that because I never said I'd help the tieflings. I was helping my friend who they captured, you know? Everyone else is in conversation. Okay, we found the conversation. That's good. Careful. She obviously sees a kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage. What is a crash?
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
I want her to go to camp.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks.
Alright, well then we'll go our separate ways.
You would sacrifice yourself to Gaith. Such tiring mediocrity.
Wait at camp. You can go
Very
speak
well,
there.
But heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A crash must be near. I must interrogate this Zoru. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Alright, well. That has not gone terribly well for a day's adventuring, I would say. We'll take whatever supplies we can get here.
Curious.
I could use the loot all button if I wasn't so forgetful that it exists there. Alright, we have 1 spell slot left. Before we finish for the day, let's do Arcane Recovery. So we can get back 1 first level spell slot. And now we have 2 first level spells available to us.
Let's get on with it.
Shadowheart has 2,
Still
and
breathing.
we still have our spell
breathing.
slots as well. Let's take a short rest. We use some hit die, get healed a bit, and that is where we will stop things for today, but join me next time. We'll see whether we go west and find our 4th companion, or whether we go east and see about that dungeon. But for now, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you're as excited for Baldur's Gate 3 as I am. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you would like to do that, if you have enjoyed our journey together. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.